Hi, welcome to my channel. My name's Tina. I'm here to do another spiritual reading. I'm almost done. I have 2 left, and then we can go on to something else. If you have a specific thing you want to know about, let me know, and I can do a reading on it for all the signs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite in the spirit team, angels, spirits, guides, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, and all that is coming from love and light. Please guide me to give a clear, accurate message for the top card. So the first one that comes out is Sisterhood of the Rose. And I don't know what happened on my glasses. It's hard to say. Whoops. Man, I had a bunch of them fall out. Take a break. What else is on? I thought there was one more on the floor. Okay. So we got take a break down on the floor. We got ascending the light, laying a foundation, the divine plan, and the age of light that came out together for August. I'm going to leave those two together. So the first card that came out for June, I'm doing a reading for the next 3 months about your spiritual path and what you might be going through. I'm using the Work Your Light deck. So if you're a light worker, you're at the right place. And if you aren't a light worker and you stumbled upon this video, then it's still for you. I'm going to let you know at the I'm going to look for what the card is at the end of the reading, but I'll post it in the title so that you know the whole way through. And I want to say thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. I appreciate it. My channel's really growing right now, and I just want to say thank you to everybody who's part of it. I appreciate your help and your support. Okay, so here we go for June. So, Sisterhood of the Rose. Beauty and devotion. Priestess, mystic, and teacher. So this card is either you're being called in a spiritual way to be some kind of teacher or in some kind of spirit, line of work or some kind of job that you're being called to do by your soul or by the spirit team in June. In July, I feel like you're going to be aware that there's things that you've been clinging to that you need to let go of, like beliefs, old beliefs or old behaviors that just don't fit you now that you're in this position of priestess, teacher, mystic. Once you get called to do that, then little by little you realize the things that have to be let go of. And I see you doing that in July. And then in August is when this calling kind of comes to fruition. So, sending the light, laying a foundation to the divine plan. That's what you're going to be doing in August. And you've been training for this for lifetimes. Those are your 2 cards. If you want to look at them both. It's kind of hard to see them with that on this camera. I feel like maybe this would be better. No, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, it's just that there's a divine plan. You're part of it. And I think you're going to be being called to it. Hear the call. This is like an intuitive thing. Something that you are just going to know inside your own self. Look, it's at the bottom of the deck. I didn't do that. It's the Hierophant card. It's called Teach in this deck. So it's very possible that you're called to be a teacher in some way, some kind of spirit some kind of spiritual teacher. This would be about focusing on love. This would be about raising the vibration of the planet. Let's see what this says for the first. Let's clarify the sisterhood of the rose. You know, I also just love this card. It's about a gathering of souls, and you're one of them. It looks like there's 5 people there. So you might be looking at a group of 5 that you might be working with, or that might invite you to something or to do something that will help you on your spiritual path. Looks like there's 5. And it shows all women. It's called the sisterhood. So I don't know that spirit sees gender. So take that how it resonates, you know, sisterhood. I think a sisterhood is just a really, you know, tight bond. Sisterhood, tight bond. Okay, wow. So we got a lot of major arcanas here. Alright, so I feel like the very first thing that happens here is that you're going to be getting some kind of clarity of belief, like some kind of, it could be someone bringing that to you, someone telling you about the path, but whatever it is, whatever this is that you're learning here, it's transforming. It transforms you into something. And then I see you making a dedicated effort to go down the path that you're shown. This is the working card, 8 of Pentacles. Somebody is making the world a more beautiful place. And I think that's what this sisterhood is all about. So I've got 4 cards here, and I believe that they go with the second card for July. The crumbling. It's about letting things go. The way that you do that is by asking Spirit. This is the Hermit card. But you see in this one, this person is meditating and in the receiving position. Maybe it's meditating about what needs to be let go. Maybe it's meditating on how to let it go. What I see you having here is, this is the Devil card, and it's about, you know, having your heart kind of on lockdown. You know, like this can mean like it could mean addiction, it can be codependency, it could be fear, temptation, things like that. But I feel like since it's the crumbling, I feel like it's something inside of you that needs to be freed up, opened up. The Devil card often is about just having something else control your life, you know. That's why addictions is attached to it. You know, because if you're, like, for instance, an addict, you're not controlling your life, the addiction is. You know, that kind of thing. So there's something that's controlling your life that needs to be let go of. Something that's in your way. It could just be the fact that you're not willing to open up your heart, because this heart is in a cage. The card is called Master. So it's about mastering your own heart, being the ruler of your own life, letting go what doesn't serve you. And then here comes this third eye chakra. I feel like when you ask Spirit, you're going to be shown. It could be a vision, it could be a dream, you know. But your third eye is activated and opening here during this crumbling. They're right there with you, guiding you, showing you the way as you detach. Now, this is the 11 card. It's the Justice card, actually. But it's called detach here because the way to find justice in something is to understand the good that it gave you. A lot of people aren't ready for that information. I saw someone on TikTok today talking about how she wasn't gonna let go of the trauma of her childhood and everything like that. Okay, go ahead. Don't. Then don't. Maybe you're not ready. But you are. But you are. You're ready because Spirit is calling you. You're ready to look at a bigger picture and not hold on to that grief and that pain anymore. You're ready to look around, let go of the incident. If it's a trauma or something like that, you're ready to let go of it, and because you've seen the gift it gave you. I kind of want to explain that right now, because I feel like people don't get it when I just say you gotta find the good in what the bad was. Well, the good, the bad thing happens and it pushes us down, and it makes us eventually get in touch with Spirit, because we have to meditate about it. We're sad, we're upset, whatever, and it just, we're forced to tap into our higher self. We pray, we do all kinds of things. That's all tapping in. And then maybe they'll show you in a dream or in a life experience, and you're like, oh my God, I get it now. It takes time. It takes time, and it's up to you when you want to do it or whatever. But I see you detaching from these things. It's like letting go of something that was awful because you realize it. So I'll tell you an experience of my own. So I had a trauma when I was 25, and it was devastating for me, and I had a out-of-body experience because of it. My soul went to the other side of the room and watched what was happening. And when I think about it now, that is the way I feel about it. That's the way I remember it. But I also remember the human laying there and not being able to see. I could smell, I could taste, I could hear, but I couldn't see. My eyes were blacked out for a minute or however long. And I struggled with that PTSD event for 30 years, and I had nightmares about it. I relived it. I was angry. I didn't want to let it go. I came out in a vengeance, toward everything. Well, I'll tell you what it got me, which I didn't even put it together. But first of all, I moved away from where I lived. I moved far away, and I eventually bought my own home. I got custody of my kids. I had another child, and I went to college and got a college degree. Those are 5 things that it did. It changed my life. I could sit around and be pissed off about that if I want. But to be honest, I wouldn't have any of the things. I wouldn't have a degree. I wouldn't have this house. I wouldn't have my 4th child, who was a blessing from day one, that I wouldn't have without that terrible thing happening. It changed my life. Now, when I finally let it go completely, it was when my son died. And I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness. And that means that I was raised to believe that the soul isn't a separate thing, it just dies with the body. And when I had that out-of-body experience, I knew right then that something wasn't right about what I was being taught. College gave me a new education about everything, and I realized that the religion I grew up with wasn't on point. And so that changed everything for me. So when my son died, I could sit around and think, I'm probably never going to see him again, because according to that religion, I'm not good enough to see him again. And maybe he wasn't good enough to be woken up again someday in this new place that they talk about. And because of the out-of-body experience, I know that the soul is separate. I saw it for myself. It happened 30 years before he died. I struggled so hard with that event. I hated everything about it. And I was angry, like I said. But you know what? When he died, I immediately said thank you for letting me have that experience, so I know he's not just never gonna be anything. Like, he's just gone. And our relationship is severed forever. It's not true. It's not true, and I know that because of that split. They call it something. I forgot. But that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes we don't know it right away. We just don't. But if you keep looking, I did know some of it, like I figured it out along the way, like my fourth kid. Like, that was the first blessing I saw. Like, if that wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't have moved here. I wouldn't have got pregnant with this kid, and she was such a blessing. And she still is. And I did see that as I did see that right away when she was born. I knew she was special, and I knew it was a gift for me. Maybe even to understand, but I didn't quite understand completely until my son died, and now I'm super grateful for that incident. That made my soul take off and go to the other side, which was a weird event, but I have never been more grateful for anything, because I can't even imagine where I would be thinking that, I'm not good enough, he's not good enough, and nothing, the soul just dies. It's just a lie. It splits off, it does its own thing, man. And I'm grateful that I know that from my own experience, because I don't think I could. It's hard enough getting through grief and losing a child, but I can't even imagine not knowing that information in my heart, and in my, knowing, So that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying, find that thing. And there will be a whole bunch of little things, but the big thing will always reveal itself, I feel like, eventually. And then that's when it finally, you get to really, really let it go, So I see you doing that here in July. And then in August, we've got this whole, it's a divine plan, and you're part of it. It's got to do with your heart. It's got to do with love. And it's got to do with all your dreams coming true. And I love that. Is there anything else on that? Oh, there. Two of Wands. See, a new path is going to be revealed to you in August. I think you're going to understand where to go and what to do next. You're just going to be given step-by-step directions. So I see enlightenment and clarity. July looks like it could be a little bit, there's things you've got to let go, and you know it. But with that Hermit card being the first card out, it's like, if you get into that position, get ready to let go and receive. I mean, your third eye is going to open up, and you're just going to be able to see, Let's see who this is for. It's for Taurus. So Taurus, I love you so much, and I'm just wishing you well. Thanks for, you guys have really been so supportive on my channel, Taurus. And I'm so excited about it. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I hope all of that made sense. And I love you. I see a big enlightening coming all across the board for all the zodiac signs this summer. And I think that's pretty cool. So I hope you guys stay tuned. I'm going to keep doing card readings all summer. And we'll see how it goes. Sam! Naughty. So thank you so much for watching and liking and sharing. I love you guys. I'll talk to you next time.